Hello producers and welcome to CeoNationZ. So in one of my previous videos, I did a video on how to create slide notes in FL Studio, and I got a comment on someone wanting to know how to do 808 slide in FL Studio, and that is what I'm going to be covering in this video. So I'm going to be specific for 808 in particular. If you want to know how to create slide notes, I'm going to drop a link to that video in the description below. Just go ahead and check that out. But in this video, I'm going to be focused on 808 slide note in particular. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump right in. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the 808 synth boosted right here. Alright, so let's jump into the piano roll and see what we got. Alright, so creating slide notes in FL Studio is actually pretty simple. As I covered in the previous video, it's actually the same process. All you need to do is create a normal note, and then you have a slide note. And the way it works is that, as you can see this button, this key right here, as you can see it has this triangle over here. Once you click on it, any note you play becomes a slide note. And you notice it by this triangle at the end of the note right here. So how this works is that it starts at this normal note right here, and then depending on the duration of the slide note, it slides its way up gradually until this note where the slide note rests upon. So have a listen to this one and how it sounds. So for example, like I said, it depends on the duration of the slide note. For example, if I'm to reduce it right now to this point, it's going to just ramp up and reach its peak right at this point where the slide note ends. If I'm to bring it shorter, if I'm to bring it even shorter. Now, this is actually what you do, and all that matters now, it depends on your creativity and how you want to manipulate and create the 808 glides and slides. So right here we have this simple basic 808 sample right here. Have a listen. You can see these are not actually slide notes, but they are just normal notes on top. Another way to change a normal note to a slide note is just by double clicking on the note, and you can see you have the same triangle right here. So just click on it and then accept, and then it turns to a slide note. As you can see, before it was like this, and now it's like this. So let's change this one to a slide note also. And then these two right here. So as you can see, this top right here is not actually giving us exactly how we want it to sound. We want it to slide up to this point, then come back down to this note at this gap here, then slide up again. But right now it's just sliding up and remaining up, and that is because we have one note, full note right here. So the way sliding works is that, like I said before, during the duration of the slide note, the note rises up to the point. So as you can see, it has risen up to here, and it remains there at that point until there's a new note involved. So because there is no new note right here, that's why it actually remains up, and this slide here is actually very irrelevant. So what we need to do is we need to create a new note right after the slide. can see, that's actually very interesting. Alright, so this is actually how you create slide notes in FL Studios. And let me show you an example of one I use in a beat. Alright, so this area is some from a beat I just made recently, and I want you to listen to the slide notes at the end of the 808 right there. Have a listen. Let's see how that was actually created. Alright, so as you can see right here, this is what we have right here. As you can see, we have quite some notes right here. So this is actually made up of 3 slide notes. As you can see, the 3 right here at the top. There's one right up here. There's one over down here. Bring this down. There's one up here. There's one right here, this one. And there's another one right here at the end. And the main notes are actually this. So as you can see, this one right here was at the slide note of this key right here. So that makes this one down here, during the duration of this note, slides up until this extent, and then this note is now being struck. Alright, then we now have this new note again, and then it slides up till this point. And because this is a new slide note and not the same slide note, from this point now, because there's a new slide note, it then slides up until this point again. As you can have a listen. So that's it, guys, for this video. Thanks for watching on to the end. If you like the video, please do hit the like button. Comment down below your challenges in music production, and I will get you covered. Please do hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos I post. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you in the next one.